So we're here with Dr. Sally Valentine she's going to be presenting our next exceptional lecture weekend, May 5th and 6th, which is just about 6 weeks away. So we're super excited about it coming up. She's going to be in Austin, Texas with the Southwest Sexual Health Alliance. And we're really excited to have her presenting on Tantra. It's going to be a 2-day workshop. And, we want to ask you a couple of questions about what it's going to be and what it's going to look like.
I would love to answer whatever it is that you're curious about.
Yeah.
And thank you even for having me. I'm excited and really looking forward to coming to Austin and just, bringing a little taste of Tantra. So
yeah, a taste of Tantra. Ooh. So what is Friday night going to look like? I know that we planned it to be a little bit more experiential. You can bring your partner. You don't have to bring a partner. You can come alone.
That's right.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so Friday night's really going to be more of an introduction, but you can have been practicing for Tantra for years and years and years, or you have never even stepped foot into anything related to Tantra and still just have a great time. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is just learning a little bit about how connecting with Tantra we're going to do. We're going to do some breath work. We're going to do some eye gazing. We're going to do some energy exchange. We're going to put it to great music. It's going to be a lot of body movements and just a lot of getting to know each other in really pleasurable ways without really touching. So you keep your clothes on. There's no actual sexual touching, but it's really about playing and being in the energy of play and fun and a little bit of sensuality. And you can bring a partner, you can bring a bunch of friends. Some of the things that we're going to be doing are going to be paired up. So hopefully we have enough people who can pair up together, but there's nothing in that workshop that you wouldn't actually want to do. And if you didn't, you wouldn't have to. So it's just going to be a really fun, playful night, actually.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And I know that we talked about how we're working on setting the stage too. First of all, we have a super cool space that we're going to be announcing later this month. And we can talk about the space later on, but in terms of how we are going to make this space really sacred and safe, we talked about people bringing their yoga mats or a pillow or whatever makes them feel comfortable, and you had talked about some other things too.
Yeah. So, so whatever you're going to be comfortable in, some of the time we're going to be up moving our bodies around, but sometimes we'll be seating. And so this place, it's a yoga place, right? So hopefully, bring your yoga mats or bring your cushions, something that you can feel comfortable with sitting closer to the floor. And certainly we will have chairs for those of you who don't want to sit on the floor for a variety of reasons, hip surgeries, knee surgeries, whatever so we will make all of you comfortable.
Okay. Yeah. So the place, we're gonna announce it soon. It actually isn't even open yet. It's just brand new space, and it's a restored barn that's gonna be air conditioned and stained concrete floors and a lot of wood and just really homey feeling. We're really excited to send out pictures and announce it to the world. So it sounds like people can bring in yoga mats and pillows, and perhaps we'll have candles. We'll have music. It's very playful. Lots of. I think you said sarongs too.
Yes, but I'm bringing some stuff to hang on the walls to kind of add to the ambiance.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to hang wall hangings and sarongs and something to sort of transform the space into something where, we come from outside, we're rushing to get there, we're moving from the earlier part of your day into this space, and this space we're creating to set it up for some being able to move into your energy and others' energies, and just really doing some breath and play. So it's going to be forming the space into something that is going to take your mind off of what you had your mind on and just focus more on the Tantra piece.
So we're really excited to have you in Austin because you usually give these Tantra workshops over a weekend a couple of times a year, and usually it's in Florida, and typically it's almost $600. And so our people here in Texas are getting a steal. So we're really excited to be able to bring it to people here in a really affordable way, and kind of spread information and education about how to bring Tantra into, you know, either the therapy room or a practitioner's room. You know, no matter what kind of field you are in, if you are just some kind of healer that want to learn more about Tantra, then you are in, you're invited. So tell us a little bit more about kind of your style of Tantra. I read on your website that includes spirit and sex. Yeah. It's kind of the meeting of the two. Was that correct, or did I read that right? What else is it about?
You know, let me back up a little bit and tell you a little bit about how it is why I do what I do. Because to me, this is the piece that keeps me going in terms of how we promote this and teach people. So I'm a sex therapist, as you well know. But when I started off in counseling couples, before I really actually got more into deeper training in sex therapy, I realized when couples would come, they would come with sexual issues that, first off, I did not know how to help them. I was new into the field, and growing up Catholic, we didn't talk about sex. So when I was getting clients talking about their sex lives, I'm like, oh my God, I need help. You know, I right away went to my supervisor. Oh, you know, how do I help people that are really struggling in their sex lives? And that's how I ended up getting into the field of sexology in the first place, by realizing what I didn't know working in counseling couples. But what I have learned with couples over time is that sometimes people come and they're wanting to know these techniques. They're feeling there's a missing, and their thought is, an idea is, it's just their techniques. If they only were better at this, if they only were better at that. And I would think that this is not really all it is. You know, what about the connection you have with your partner? How connected are you? How do you show up as a lover? And how is it not only what you want, but, you know, what do you do that helps enhance the lovemaking that you are doing right now with your partner? And it felt like there was an absence of the spirit part of it. That's how Tantra was so appealing to me. When I learned about Tantra and that actual spiritual connection, that sacredness of sex, that's the piece I think people are missing. I think sometimes, you know, it's easy to be have just sex that is, in which I love. I mean, I'm not but for sure. But you know, there's also ways of deepening the sex that you have. Yes. And also that there's more to sex than the actual physical connection of bodies, that there's a lot of the essence that we show up with as lovers and our energy. And in Tantra, really, it reveres the energy that people bring into lovemaking. And so Tantra really is a spiritual practice. It's a spiritual path that practices with breath, with sound, the music, the sound, with body movement, with visualization. And so it focuses on more than just one element of how we connect sexually. The thing that I love most about it is how it helps promote the essence of the human being as we put our bodies to bodies and our essence to essence, our energy and our energy, and how we transform that as we're lovemaking and as we're being with our partners. You know, Osho, who is a very is a tantric master, who's talked one time about Tantra, and he said Tantra is sex that's transformed into love, and love that's transformed into a higher self. So it's really this, how we transform our sex into a deeper sense of love. And, and that is what it is. Now, what I will be doing and working with people on Saturday is, a lot of people want to know, how can I teach clients this? And I have, over the numbers of years I've been doing this, have been using different tantric practices to help clients. And so I'm teaching them breath work, different types of breath work that can help them stay in their bodies. Because one of the things that I've noticed over the years too, are people are just not connected to their bodies. That sometimes the sex that they're having isn't enjoyable because they're not even in their bodies to experience it. So how do we do that? The term mindfulness has been around for a while, but I happen to believe tantrikas were well aware of mindfulness for centuries. And so some of the tantra is really about being mindful. How do I stay in my body? What ways do I use to keep in my body, to stay grounded, to stay connected, to pay attention to the energy in my body, to pay attention to the sexual energy in my body? Do I notice it's blocked? And when do I notice it's blocked? And when can I feel when it's freely flowing? And what about my partner? And when I'm with my partner, can I feel the flow of their energy? How do I promote it? How do I enhance it? And so those are the kinds of things I want to teach people. And I do teach my clients this, and in the workshops I do teach couples this. On Saturday, we're going to be talking a little bit. I've got the didactic piece. I have a PowerPoint because I really want to help clinicians who have certain presentations that come into their office, people who are totally shut down sexually, people who have fear around sex perhaps, people who are inhibited sexually, people who have low desire, and it doesn't work for everybody, but it certainly helps for lots. And how it is that all the tools, we want more tools to use that we can help people who come to us. And so we're going to talk about the different types of things that present themselves, ways that we can help with teaching about mindfulness, teaching about staying in the body, teaching about the energy in our body, teaching how to communicate with our partners on an authentic, honest, and a more real way when we're talking about sex. That's the one thing I hear all the time is people don't want to tell their partners if they like something or don't like something. They don't want to hurt their feelings. And generally, people sometimes will spend so much time on focusing what's not working, they miss what is working. And so I think in some of these tantric practices, it really helps you stay solid, it helps you stay connected, it helps you move more into the compassionate heart. So Tantra really honors partners. It's honoring, it's reverent. That's the sacred piece of it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like not only will this be relevant for people who have a lot of experience in Tantra or maybe zero experience in Tantra, but it's also helpful and relevant for general therapists because these are all techniques and tools that we try to bring into the therapy room, that we teach individuals, that we teach couples of how to relate and connect on a deeper level. And so it seems like it's so applicable across all boards.
I think so. I really do think so. I do occasionally offer trainings very, very specifically for therapists. So that Saturday one that you're getting, it's really more focused on practitioners, all kinds of practitioners who want to bring this in. So, and that's different than the weekend workshops I have for couples, because for couples, it's all about them. It's all about most of all of the exercises actually are getting to know each other in a deeper, more compassionate, loving, and sensual way.
Right.
So Saturday, I'm going to teach people people who come to the Saturday one about some of the elements of the exercises that you can use that will help get people there. And I have a film that I'm going to be showing of how I actually do a session, so people can see, what I do in my individual work in my little individual office here.
Sounds
So,
really
yeah. So it will give you anyone who comes, a taste of it. And then you get to ask me questions, like I have this and I have that, this and this, would this help with that? So that's what I found when I do offer them strictly for therapists, that they have more questions about the how-to. More sort of detailed questions. And that's what I'm going to be doing on Saturday to help people be able to leave Saturday and have some exercises that they use, and when they use it, and be able to see and witness and maybe practice with each other how they might do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that the majority of people coming on Saturday will be practitioners, and there certainly will be a variety of sexual health professionals and non-professionals, and also general therapists too. And so I think that having the Friday night experience where you can really experience what it's like to practice Tantra and to learn those specific techniques, and have it be playful and fun and in your body and moving and with music. It sounds really fun. And then Saturday, it sounds like it's a little bit of a mixture of both, but it's a little bit more educational too.
Yes, there's more education, and also practice.
Yeah, practice. Okay, that's really helpful. Is there anything else that you want to communicate about what this weekend will look like?
Well, well, first I want to say I'm so excited to do this. It's going to be fun. Anybody that comes, I think you're going to get something that perhaps you've been looking for out of this weekend. Come, and always, any trainings I ever do, the people who attend make the training. So I always look forward to those who have had other kinds of experiences to share and talk, and how do we learn from each other. So I think it's going to be a really great experience, and certainly lots of questions answered.
Yeah, well, our group is typically very fun and rowdy here in Austin, Texas. The people.
So I've heard.
Okay, so if people want to register for this, they go to sexualhealthalliance.com, and you click on the Southwest Sexual Health Alliance logo, and you can find it under our Exceptional Lecture tab. And again, it's May 5th and 6th, so it's in about 6 weeks. Thank you so much.
I'll see you soon.